Hey folks, well it's Friday night and I thought I'm just going to do some brain dead stuff, and I'm just going to put the telly on and watch some TV because I just wanted to relax. So there was nothing on Netflix, so I put on Amazon Prime, and up came Jeremy Clarkson's Clarkson's Farm, episode 5. Now, I watched episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4 back to back. Absolutely loved it. I had a great time watching that. He's so bloody funny, and his sidekick's really funny. And we even, on the way to Cornwall earlier in the year, stopped off at Clarkson's Farm and checked the place out. So I'm a big fan. Anyway, throughout the entire series, one thing I kept saying, and everyone was getting pissed off with me by just banging on about it all the time, but you know what I'm like? I kept saying he is a ticking time bomb. Jeremy Clarkson is a ticking time bomb. And I tell you why. Because he is highly stressed, by the way. He's always stressed. On the farm, he's stressed. But he has got a belly on him, a very wide waistline, which actually is very, very dangerous, especially in men, in comparison to the rest of his body. He also drank a lot of beer and ate a lot of meat, like shitloads of meat, bearing in mind he is a farmer and he farms cows and sheep. So he has to be an advocate for carnivores, right? And one thing, I just was watching his lifestyle throughout the whole show, and bearing in mind, I think he's funny as hell and I do like him, but I just was cringing, thinking, you are a ticking time bomb. You're literally living the life of someone that's about to have a heart attack. And I hate to be so gruesome, but it was almost a premonition, because what happens on the first few minutes of episode 5, an ambulance goes straight on. The first thing you see is an ambulance on the first episode of season 5. And there he is, taking himself to hospital because he thought he was having a heart attack. Now, luckily, he didn't actually have a heart attack, but the doctor said he was days away from having a heart attack. So the doctors, they didn't actually have to do surgery, open heart surgery, which is what they thought. They were going to have to slice open his chest, take an artery, a big vein from the inside of his leg, and put it into his heart, because guess what? His arteries were blocked. Most of them were, I don't know what the percentage is, but a high percentage blocked, and one of them was practically blocked through. So the blood was struggling getting to and from the heart. That's what causes a heart attack. It just takes one bad meal and one extra stressful day for those arteries to get more and more clogged with cholesterol, and bang, heart attack, because suddenly the blood can't get through that artery, and that's what causes a heart attack, right? So he was days away from having a heart attack. So what did they have to do is put a stent in. Like, literally, it's like a little thing that they put in the artery, open it up, to allow the blood to flow through as naturally as possible. But he needed a stent putting in. And I'm just like, well, you know what? I could have told you that. But the problem is, and I hate to say I told you so, because it's the wrong thing to do. What is important, and the reason why I'm doing this post, I've just pressed pause on the video, on the screen, because I'm so worked up about it, because people need to understand and see, and it's just that there's just not enough education out there. It's not publicised enough. It's not talked about enough, that your lifestyle leads to how you die, basically. And the biggest killer in human beings today is heart disease. Most people, most of you watching this, 80% of you will die of a heart attack. And that's not me just being callous and a cow. A cow, pardon the pun. It is true, because most humans are dying of heart disease, of coronary heart disease, and it's due to lifestyle choices. Now, if you're highly stressed and a big animal eater, which is where all the saturated fat and cholesterol comes from, unfortunately, you're kind of like, writing your own prescription of death. It is just, unfortunately, that's the way it is. And if you don't hear about it, You don't know about it. And this is what makes things worse. Let me just tell you something else that's just so infuriating. So it's infuriating, not because I'm angry about it, but because I'm frustrated that people don't know. Even doctors don't know. So the first thing the doctor said to him is, you can't eat any more meat. Wonder why. Wonder why the doctor said he can't eat any more meat. Yeah, maybe that's what's been clogging up your arteries, right? That's where the saturated fat is. That's where the cholesterol is. It blocks the lining of your arteries, the endothelial cells that are around the inner side of your arteries. And if you were to see a scan or a picture of someone's clogged arteries, it's like a white build-up where your arteries should be nice and clear. And if there's like a white build-up of cholesterol, literally the endothelial cells are all damaged, that just gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and then stops the blood flowing through. And then, when it's thick enough and there's no way that the blood can blow through, then that is a heart attack. But the stent just opened it up for him. Anyway, they said to him, you got to not eat meat for a while. It's just like, if you've told that after you've nearly had a heart attack and had a stent installed in your artery, surely the nation should know, just stop eating and gorging on so much animal protein to prevent this from happening. I mean, it's clear as day to somebody like me that knows, has been preaching about it for decades. Anyway, my point is, the next day, the next bit of the film was his Mrs. Lisa, who, by the way, is a tall, slim, ex-Irish beautiful model, really slim, looks healthy. But unfortunately, even slim and healthy people can look healthy on the outside, but won't be on the inside. And I'm always banging on about this. You can get bodybuilders that are ripped to hell on the outside, and then they die of a heart attack in the gym, and people are like, oh, they died of a heart attack. Can't believe it. He was so healthy. It's like, he did on the outside, but he was eating animal protein and eggs to keep his protein, and that was clogging his arteries, and that's why they die. Unfortunately, unexpected, but expected for the people that know. And it's so awful. Like, I feel almost awful talking about it so matter-of-factly, but I think people need to hear it this way. Anyway, Lisa, his missus, was giving him, because he had to eat healthily, she was giving him for breakfast Greek yogurt with berries. Greek yogurt. From the growth hormone fluid of a cow that has 4 stomachs, by the way. We have one tiny stomach in comparison to a cow's 4 stomachs, squished into this yogurt, which is supposed to be good for your gut. It is dairy. It is worse than meat, actually. And it causes mucus. It causes so many problems in the human body. It is not meant for human consumption at all. Okay, cow's growth hormone fluid is meant for a baby calf and not for a human being. It is purely the dairy industry that is selling it to you. You do not need Greek yogurt for your breakfast. Berries, amazing. Tick in the box with the berries, but just bin the Greek yogurt, Jeremy. That's just not doing you any favours. And I'm saying this out loud, and I'm posting this because I am so just frustrated that people don't realise this is what's causing humans to die of just unnecessary heart attack, heart failure, clogged arteries. Just eat clean, keep your arteries open. Your heart beats without you even thinking about it. You don't have to say, oh, heart, please beat for me, I want to stay alive. No, you wake up in the morning and your heart does its thing. You just assume it's going to work, right? Well, you shouldn't, because your heart relies on you to feed it well so that it can continue to pump and keep you alive. But if you eat shit and eat a shit lifestyle, unfortunately, the main arteries to and from your heart, you're just going to clog them up, and your heart is no longer going to be allowed to beat for you. So it is your responsibility, if you want to live a long, healthy life and not die a painful death, which most humans are dying, by the way, at the moment, or they have been for decades, a painful death. then carry on going the way you're going and eating bloody meat, fish, dairy and eggs, like gorging on it every day. Listen, let me tell you, just let me get back to calmness here. It really frustrates me. All I want you to do is reduce your meat, fish, dairy and eggs. Reduce. I'm not telling you to stop. Well, yeah, I am. If you've got clogged arteries, then your body needs to heal. But if you're like toddling along and you haven't had a heart attack and you're not sick and you're not on any meds, just prevent it from happening. And this is how you prevent it from happening. Give yourself, I'd like to say 5 vegan days or plant-based days a week, and go 2 days a week and eat what you like, whatever. But 80% of your week or month should be fibre and protein from plants, right? This is what's going to keep your arteries open, like open. You see, like open. Not like this. You look at a carnivore, human carnivore's arteries look like that, and omnivore's arteries look like that. But herbivore arteries are nice, open and clear, right? And this is the science proves it time and time again. So prevent your heart attack from happening no matter what age you are. Increase your plants, reduce your animal proteins. Dairy, just quit the dairy. Dairy is absolutely just worse than meat from my point of view and from my studies and case studies and science and everything behind it. If I'm going to tell you to stop anything, I'm going to tell you to stop dairy, and cheese being the biggest factor, because first of all, those of you who don't like processed foods, fine, you like to eat whole meat and real raw milk or, crazy pants stuff like that. Well, what is cheese then? Cheese is just highly processed milk. So stop eating the cheese. It's worse than the milk itself because it's a highly processed version of the milk. So if I was to give you my honest feedback on how to stop and prevent lifestyle-related diseases and dying of a heart attack, stop the dairy today, 100%. Meat, whatever, just 80%, just reduce it. If you've had a heart attack, get rid of it all. Like, you can't have meat at all. But listen to me, you will feel such a difference. Your gut will start to deflate. Your inflammation will go down, because you can see someone that's high on dairy. They're very inflamed around here. Their guts are out here. Dairy is just such an inflammatory. And then with that on top, you've got all your, saturated fats from your... By the way, even if it's a grass-fed, cuddled, organic cow or chicken, that doesn't count. It doesn't matter. It's still got saturated fat and cholesterol. It doesn't matter how the cow's raised or how the chickens are bloody raised. They're still as bad as each other. Just don't eat them. Or cut back on them. Stop gorging on them for breakfast, lunch and dinner. It's just, that's what's causing heart attacks. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm totally ranting, but I feel it's necessary. And if you got to the end of this video, I commend you, because it might well help save your life. And listen, if you want some advice and you want just a bit of a plan to help you, just text me. I'll just send you a free bloody meal plan for the next 30 days. Just stop gorging on meat, fish, dairy and eggs. Yeah, cut back on the sugar as well. Cut back on the oil as well. But that's another story. But for now, what's more important, delete the dairy. Cut back on your meat, fish and eggs, okay? Right, should I carry on watching episode 5 now, Clarkson's Farm? Oh my God, help me.